What's going on, guys? It's Quasi Dog here, and in today's video I actually have something pretty interesting. This came across my email, I'd say a couple of weeks ago, and normally I might not have even looked at something like this, but to make a long story short, I actually have a sports-based injury that I developed last November that's restricted my ability to lift things, to exercise, to just go about my daily life. And because I work retail and we just got out of the busy holiday season, I've been standing and looking down at a computer or typing on a keyboard for anywhere between 10 and 16 hours a day. And I've developed a lot of stress in my upper back, in the back of my neck. I get tension and headaches all the time, and I have a hard time stretching that out because of my injury. So that's where this guy is gonna play a key role for me. So this is the Dorsi Trainer, and this functions with two different purposes in mind. For starters, as a passive device, this actually gives you the ability to straighten your posture. So if we take a look on the back of the unit here, if you guys can see a sort of clear shot of that, this, they say, is a butterfly-esque design, so it's going to support your lower back, it's going to come up over your shoulders, and if you take a look, this is the inside where you would wear it, and you've got a couple of straps. So this is actually going to help straighten your posture, it's gonna get you standing in the right orientation, training your muscles, training your back, and hopefully alleviating some of that long-term stress that can be caused by poor posture. Now, the second thing that makes this very unique, and from my understanding, this is actually a world's first for the company, this also has an EMS device built in, or Electronic Muscle Stimulation device. So, you're going to notice that on the inside, if we show you guys here, there are a couple of contact pads. So you have some here, and some on the bottom as well. So these are actually going to stimulate some major muscle groupings in your back with a low frequency pulse. And there's 5 or 6 different modes depending on your intensity. And they say that for about 15 minutes a day, it will help strengthen your back muscles. It'll help bring your posture back in line. But for me, I'm also hoping that it's going to alleviate some of those back concerns that I've developed after my sporting injury in November and going through my long work shifts into December. So EMS, couple of benefits. Of course, strengthening the muscles, we just mentioned that before, but it also helps increase blood flow. And that's gonna help kind of alleviate and repair some muscle fatigue and some stress as well. So I'm gonna show you guys, we're gonna put it on, we're gonna do some passive fashion show with this guy, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come off camera, keep it PG of course, we're gonna put this on, and I'm just gonna see if I can get some B-roll of my muscles contracting with the EMS device as well. It's pretty comfortable, I've used this twice already, and I don't know if it's placebo effect just yet because I haven't done this over the long term, but it has helped. It allows me just to sit down, play some PGA 2K21 on my PS5, and just kind of relax after a really long day. So the power supply is actually right here in the back. And actually, if you guys want to see, there are our electronic contacts just right in here. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, it's a little dark, but this is just like a little silicone housing, and all you do is you attach the 2 contacts right here into the 2 contacts on the back, and that's what allows it to go through and actually give you that EMS stimulation. You do have a charge port on there as well. It is just micro USB. Would have loved to see it as USB-C, but I understand these things take a very long time to develop, sometimes years when it comes to new to market electronics, and USB-C is just now rapidly becoming the standard, so I get it, but I'd love to see a version 2.0 that has USB-C. And then you've got your power button right on the front here. Now this is all controlled by the remote control, which we can see right here as well. It actually communicates via Bluetooth, so you're gonna have the option to turn the unit on and off. You're gonna have your different intensities as well. And if I take a look, we have mode, we have weak, we have strong. So you can just kind of dial up or dial down that sensitivity. Now, The sticky pads, whoops, that we talked about here as well, those actually have little pad covers. So if you guys are picking this up for yourself, of course, links as always will be in the video description. These pads, save these, do not throw them out, because you can actually use these to cover up those contact pads and utilize this for overshirt or over garment wearing. Of course, you will have to take them off for skin contact if you do want to use this as the EMS device. If you actually don't want to use it as an EMF device, this is probably one of the better back braces. My wife has bought 2 in the past, and there's typically not a lot to them, which sometimes might be great if you're maybe wearing them under a shirt, but we're all working from home for the most part. I guess I'm not, but maybe like 60% of the workforce now is working from home. So this actually does have a nice design. It's not terribly ugly. It's kind of sporty looking and kind of cool, if I'm being completely honest. But I find the larger surface area on my back just helps disperse some of that weight and helps me be a little bit more upright when I am wearing this as like a back straightening device or a posture corrector. So again, we're gonna take the little module here with the contacts. We're just gonna line those up. And there are like little magnets. You will kind of feel it click. We're gonna take the remote control, and I'm gonna let you guys kind of see the back of the Dorsi here for a second. We're gonna engage the power. And might help if I turn it on. So there we go. The blue light, of course, indicates that the Dorsi is up and running, and your remote control here will also have a power indicator light. Now, if this is something that you have and you throw it on your back and you notice that you're hitting the on off, the mode, the weak, the strong, whatever you're doing, and it's actually not doing anything, that typically means that the skin contacts are not completely there. You're basically using your body to create a circuit, which is why it needs skin contact. And you just have to adjust your straps to make sure that it's nice and comfortable for you, but you're also getting full contact on your body. So speaking of the straps, let's actually just go ahead and throw this on now. We're gonna put this right over my shirt. And I know I just told you guys a couple of moments ago to make sure that you do have those garment pads on. So we're gonna do that very quickly as well. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time doing this because this time it's not gonna be a long-term wear. It's really just to show you guys what's going down. So put all these guys on. There's a couple of different sizes. You will notice the upper and lower pads are a little bit bigger and smaller. Let's throw that one there, and let's throw that one there. So I'm honestly not sure how well I can do this sitting down, but we're gonna try our best. You know me with these types of reviews and overviews and unboxings and kind of everything that's done on this channel. I like doing it on the fly. I like trying to do it in one take. It's a little bit more genuine, a little bit more honest. And let's get an arm in here. I'm gonna try not to hit my microphone as well, but no promises. So we've got the shoulder straps on. I'm gonna reach down in the bottom, undo this Velcro, and we're going to bring the lower pad in, so that lower pad is secure. Then all you have to do is grab your straps, give them a little bit of a pull. There's like a little tiny seam for the Velcro, there we go. And we'll get this one as well. There we go. Maybe make this one a little bit tighter, there. And there, so now the Dorsi is on as far as a like back straightening device. I don't know how well you guys can see that in frame, if you can at all, but it's honestly super comfy. Like, I don't hate it at all. It's gonna feel weird, especially if you're slouchy like me. I don't wanna call myself a millennial. I don't even know if I am in the age group for a millennial. Maybe that makes me not. Anyway, we're all terribly bad with posture, and even I noticed that when I started this video, I was slouching a little bit. So something like this, it's just gonna pull your shoulders back. It's gonna make things a little bit more upright. It's gonna alleviate a lot of that stress due to bad posture. and you can just go about your day. You can type, you can Zoom call, you can do really anything that you need to do, which is awesome. So we're going to break from this recording. I'm gonna see if I can put this on in a not so revealing way and show you guys how the EMS actually functions. We'll see if we can see some muscle contractions with the electronic or electrical muscle stimulation, and we'll give you guys some closing thoughts. So let's see what we can do. All right, so I just took a couple minutes to film a little bit of B-roll while I was wearing the Dorsi Trainer. And long story short, if you saw that footage, then I put it in. And then if you don't see the footage, then of course I didn't. You don't realize how much turkey dinner you've eaten over the holidays until you have something strapped to your body and it pushes all of the extra stuff that you have under your skin out of all of the crevices. So we'll see what my confidence levels are like when I'm editing this video, but I am actually wearing the Dorsi Trainer right now. I do have the EMS function enabled, and I wanted to quickly go over kind of how it feels while I'm wearing it. It's under my shirt. You probably, until I told you I was wearing it, didn't even notice. Like, this is a black shirt, so it hides a little bit. I also had to put my microphone cable over my shirt, which is strange because the pulsating of the EMS was actually transferring through kind of like my chest and causing the microphone to peak. So that was interesting to find out as well. So by the way, this is take 2 of this portion of the video. But again, I am wearing the Dorsi Trainer right now. I do have the remote control here. And just to go over a couple of the settings, so going all the way down to the weakest mode, you guys can probably hear that it's engaging those settings through Bluetooth with the Dorsi Trainer that I'm wearing. Weak, it doesn't feel like anything is happening. So I'm sure there's some very, very short form EMS happening, but I don't feel anything in my muscles. I don't hear anything coming from the Dorsi Trainer. It's honestly not until I go up to, I think there's 6 power levels, if I'm not mistaken, that I can actually feel the Dorsi Trainer working within my muscle groups. I can also hear it as well. So it makes a very, very low hum or like a ticking sound anytime the EMS is pulsating. And then when we talk about the modes, there's 4 or 5 different modes as well. It's very hard to explain, but it's just different patterns. So the one that I'm on right now is about 10 very quick pulses, and then it stops, and then 10 very quick pulses, and it stops. If we go into another mode, let's see here. Every time I switch modes, it also goes down to the weakest again for the settings. So I just turned it up so I can fully explain what I feel. So this one is like tick, 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 tick. So it's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's a bit of a pause in between each one. Turn this back up. This one's my favorite. And I don't know if it's just the way that my muscle groups are feeling it, but it feels like it's hitting, because there's 6 pads, and it feels like it's going like top 2, middle 2, bottom 2. Dun, 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 dun. And with that, I think my battery just died. But I guess there's, I think 1, maybe 2 more modes, but you guys get the gist of that this is just like a pattern-based EMS. So each mode is kind of just a different setting. So I really like this. I find that even for a posture corrector, it's comfortable. It's more comfortable than the ones that I've worn in the past. We've tried 2 other ones, and they're just like little straps that just like go down the small of your back or just rest on your shoulder blades. This one encompasses and covers your whole back. So I find it a little bit more comfortable. And even though it is a little tiny bit thicker, if you take the EMS module out and wear it just as a posture brace, it's actually very thin. It's no thicker than the silicone that you guys saw in the first part of this video. As an EMS device, I like it. I don't know just yet if it's necessarily completely placebo effect, but I feel like I can feel the benefits already in kind of the tension in my upper back after I come home from work. And truthfully, it could just be mostly the posture correction as well, allowing the blood flow to go through with the EMS, but having my posture actually more upright when I'm at home and I'm taking that break. But either way, this is super beneficial for me. I get stuff like this all the time through my email inbox, and 9 times out of 10, I pass on it. I don't know the benefits or I don't find it interesting, but given my injury that I received in November, I thought this might help, and I'm really glad I didn't pass up on this one. So if you guys want to learn more about the Dorsi Trainer, or if you guys want to take a look at funding the Kickstarter, I will have a link for that in the video description when the Kickstarter goes live. Thank you so much as well to the team over at Dorsi for allowing me to check this out. I really hope that you guys do at least like a little bit of research, and if by chance the early birds or whatnot online aren't terribly expensive and you see the value in it, then I think it's something that you guys should try out as well. But until my next video, guys, my name is Crazy Dog. You guys have been awesome, and we'll catch you all in my next one. Take care.